Hello, most beautiful souls. Once again, we are filled with such elation being able to connect with you in this way. Thank you for your presence on the planet. And most importantly, thank you for bringing your awesomeness to the year you call 2023. This is a time for new beginning. You don't need a new year calendar to say, okay, we can start over now. Something's new and fresh. You can do that at any time. But culturally, the beginning of a year is significant. And numerologically, it's also significant. It marks a point where you can launch into something new. And today we wish to speak to you on how you can make the most of being the new, incredible you. The channel visited his family. Many nieces and nephews he has that are almost his age. He went and visited them over New Year's. And a constant theme he got was, oh, I'm so glad 2022 is over. Like it was a terrible year and bad things were happening. And of course, that's the action you can expect from people who aren't aware of the energetic shifts and aren't doing what they need to do to enlighten, i.e., get lighter on the inside so that you can embrace the new energies. Channel just laughed and smiled, and he and his wife both said, 2022 was a great year. New skills came to us left and right. A background peace was with us through most of the year. Friendships deepened on so many levels. And we traveled some to beautiful places. What more do you want in a year? So he and his wife both saw 2022 as a beautiful thing and 2023 as even better. And this is in spite of all the density, the heavy energy that's being released and transformed on the planet. See, this is the whole point of our message. It's not that things outside you are changing and therefore you'll change. Yes, that's going to happen. But more importantly, it's you navigating what's going on by saying, ooh, this is a time of opening and release. I'm going to open and release, and I am going to be healthier, happier, manifest easier, because all these energies are coming in and making this so much better for me. That's the attitude we'd like you to have. Because think about it. Even all these family members who grumbled out of the habit of grumbling, who grumbled about 2022, there was a certain lightness amongst many of them. For instance, the channel's wife would discuss the new abilities that have been being expressed by them. And in the past, this would have led to just rolled eyes and arguments and invoking the religious beliefs and backgrounds of whatever they were because they would feel threatened by it. But none of that happened. Instead, there was just an acknowledgement. Oh, yeah, you guys are doing things. It's interesting. I may not understand it, but I see that it's happening. Now, that's huge progress for people. It's huge progress for the channel to understand that people around him are changing and they don't even understand it, but they're expressing that they are more accepting, more ready to allow these changes because that's the energy of the times. So that should be celebrated. So we're asking all of you, we've said this a bunch and we're saying it again. Can you let go of all the prognostications of doom or all the prognostications of this event's going to happen externally, whether it's around a money reval or a release of technology or freeing children who've been oppressed or, the ETs that are bad leaving the planet and the ones good are going to show themselves. All these predictions and many more are out there and they're in the field and many will happen. And here's what's important. None of that determines your state of being or becoming. What determines your state of being and becoming is what is inside you and what you're choosing to express. And that's what we're asking you to do. Use these opportunities of the external world clearing to do some internal clearing, to go and say, okay, here's how I'm reacting, how I'm relating, how I'm responding, the emotions I'm feeling about what's going on, and then truly sit with them to allow them. And this used to be a long, drawn out process. You'd have to feel all the stuff and go to its root cause. And the channel has many things on his website to help you with these things. Guided meditations to release charges, uh, tools to use the emotion code, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. But he's also starting to discover very recently, and he's talked about this, we have talked about this in videos recently, that there's even quicker ways that are presenting themselves. You can just acknowledge it, see it through multiple timelines, and then move to that new timeline. Move directly into the timeline where you've mastered this, where it is not a problem, where it's not an issue. And of course, it starts with your being willingness to understand that this is a great year and good things are coming down the pipe and they're happening in this very moment. And it has nothing to do with the bad being over with. It has everything to do with you asserting and claiming the good that you are, letting your magnificence shine. That's the key to becoming. It's so in you. Now let's step it out and express it. It's not like you have to get it out of you, get rid of it. You express it, you become it. And then the rest of the world sees it. And then those other changes will happen more quickly because you're holding that energy, facilitating it. See the paradox of letting go of the attachment to the external and then really, really sitting with the beauty of the internal. So you've got this. And if you want to use ritual, please do so. Things that are done out of practice become habits, and then they become the stuff of your life. So please use a ritual. I wake up in the morning and I affirm, this is a great day. Today, new skills are presenting themselves within me, and I'm externally acting with them. Today, I am at peace and love and calm. Today, I know that if there is any upset or unbalance in me, I can quickly feel it, see it, assess it, and watch it leave because I express it and I actively choose the timeline of becoming magnificent. If you could just practice this kind of statement making on smaller levels to begin with, till you feel comfortable, then you can start to actually speak for your planet. Yes, I do live in a world where it's happy and people work and we get along and, abundance and resources flow. But that's hard to do at first because there's so much negativity that comes up. And we've taught you over and over, and we wish to continue to encourage you that if you are finding negativity come up, follow it, feel it, express it, and assert the new timeline you're living in. Don't bypass any of those steps. Don't just go whistle in the dark and say, I'm in this new timeline. Because if you're still holding the energetics that is not expressed, it's going to keep you in the old timeline. So, what's your magnificence? I think the term used on the populace is the resolution. What is my New Year resolution? Which is kind of funny because the resolution is the word means it's resolved, it's done, not it's a creation and it's new. So it's kind of a funny word to use. But what are you resolving? What are you done? And that's actually good if you took it in the sense that, you make the declaration that it is actually happened, and boom, that is your life. That is how you step into the new timeline. So maybe we take back what we just said about resolutions being an interesting word. Maybe it's meant to be you claiming your power that as you resolve, so the world becomes. So what is it that you resolve? What is your magnificence? Is it a particular skill? Is it just that you're more in flow? Is it just that you're happy most of the time? These are wonderful things. Yes. So we ask you, maybe not spend this year focusing on the negatives. I need to heal this, or, my body needs to be changed this way, or my diet needs to be changed that way. That's all well and good. And you should do all that definitely. But more importantly, what are you going to allow See, that's the key. That's the new 5D energy is allowance. We're going to be doing videos in the future speaking about connecting with essence. Because once you do, you connect with mystery. And mystery is where allowing comes through the door. Because you don't know what it is until the door is open and the guest is invited and sits down and you have your dinner with them. Then the mystery gets a little more clear, but it still can be magnificent. So now we ask you to hold that same kind of allowance, that same kind of mystery. That yes, may have specific goals. That's the 3D world. You write these goals down and you work towards them, and that's well and good. You may have those goals, but can you allow the unknown to happen? Can you allow it to be even better than you thought? Can you allow it to come in a way you didn't expect? Because that's really what keeps most of your resolutions from happening, is that you have to have them happen in a certain way. I got to go out and earn some money, as opposed to, wow, there's money in my bank account. How'd that get there? Wow, that's cool. And literally that will happen more and more as people become attuned to manifestation. Often we need a vehicle, an inheritance or a gift, or else we don't see how money can come. But if you just live in the world of abundance and where that's natural, and then all of a sudden, boom, it shows up. I mean, what is your bank account other than electrons spinning around in a computer anyway? And you think the masters who could turn water into wine don't have the ability to change the electrons spinning on a computer? And yes, when we say masters, we don't just mean the Christ and other saints and sages of old, avatars that are on the planet. We mean you. You have these abilities and you're going to start to express them. It's easier too if you're new to this because you don't have all the history of, oh, I tried it and it didn't work. Those of us with foresight, we saw this before it was happening and the energies were right on the planet. We tried and we have failures. So we have that to overcome. And you, if you're new to this, just go in with that childlike wonder, beginner's luck. Yes. Pick up those dice and roll a pair of double sixes or the 7 or whatever it is you need to make the magic happen. Just do that because it's available to you. So that is our message. Welcome to 2023 because it's awesome, because you are awesome, because you are actually doing it. It's a very simple how-to. Stop focusing on what hasn't worked. Stop your focusing on prayers for changing what hasn't worked to what works. And then start recognizing that you are taking those steps and becoming more magnificent every day. Start with little ways if that's where you need to be until your confidence is built up. And again, do not bypass anything that comes up along the way, because what comes up, those heebie-jeebies or resistance or those fears, those are what needs to be cleared so that you can be vibrating in this higher state. Do not bypass them. Welcome them when they show. Use whatever skills or tools you know how to go, oh yes, I'm with you. You're present. I welcome you. And we're done, because now we're moving into this new space, into this new timeline. And then declare and hold your timeline and allow. Many, many blessings on you. You're so magnificent. We feel that every time we talk to you. Can you please just go look in the mirror right now and just tell yourself how magnificent you are, and you feel it too, please. Please feel how magnificent you are right now. And then tap into that reservoir, the sea, the flood, the tsunami of magnificence that's coming across the planet. Because it's not just you and it's not just everybody. It's spirit. It's the divine mother, Gaia. It's all the saints and sages and angels and ETs. They're all there. They're all rooting for you. Please feel it. Many blessings. Hi, I'm Peter D. Thank you so much for watching this video. We're all doing our best we can to help humanity ascend. Please share your comments below. It's important that other people hear that these experiences are happening with everybody. So let us know what's going on with you. And if you can, please like and subscribe to this video. It'll help the YouTube algorithm send it out for more people to see. Stay blessed. You are so magnificent.